As an artist, one of the most important lessons you could learn is that not everybody is going to see your value. And that's okay. You don't have to prove your value to anyone. You don't have to seek validation anywhere. People that don't see the value in your art, people that tell you you're charging too much, people that tell you I can find that anywhere, people who tell you I can find that at another store for half the price. Those are not the people that you want to appeal to, because those are the people that don't see value in art. Those are the people that think that artists don't deserve to get paid well. Those are the people that will say you're selling now when you raise your prices. You don't want to worry about getting approval from people like that. As you guys know, I'm a rapper, but I'm also a designer, and I recently relaunched my clothing brand, the Satori Mob. This is my bucket hat, these are my chains, these are my worthy hoops. I've been promoting it a lot. Why? Because it's my new business venture that I just relaunched after a few years of not doing my Satori Mob. Why? Because I'm proud of my art and I work really hard on it, and I want people to see it, because that's what artists do. We want to make things that people connect to, and we're proud of it when we make a connection with our audience. I have been nurturing my audience since I was a child in high school, okay? I was a teenager when I first started making music. As you guys know, I've had a lot of struggles in my life, and I've dealt with depression, I've dealt with addiction, I've dealt with abusive relationships, I've dealt with toxic family drama. I've dealt with a lot of feelings of inadequacy because of those things. In the more recent years of my life, I have started to become more aware of how amazing I am. I have become more confident. I have become more in touch with my spiritual side. I have been more giving. I have been more forgiving. I have been more aware of my worth. So I recently was very inspired by these newfound realizations, and I decided that I wanted to turn the affirmation of me knowing that I am worthy and deserving into a physical product that I could wear all the time. So I made an art piece, these bamboo hoops right here, and I put the word worthy on them. This took me many years to feel like this, and I'm so proud of myself that I now feel more worthy than I ever felt in my life. So that's why I created that product. So this morning I posted these worthy hoops, and somebody came into my comments saying this. They said they can get these earrings anywhere. They look like anywhere online. And then they sent me a link to an Etsy shop that makes custom bamboo hoops. Like I said, the people that say your art is not worth it are not the people you want to try to appeal to. The people that say they can get that anywhere are not the people that you want to try to appeal to. The people that are going to compare your pricing or your product to another person or artist are not the people you want to appeal to. You don't got to worry about getting their validation, because these people don't even care about how much time and effort you took to put into these products, especially if you're an artist like me. It's not like I'm a drop shipper. It's not like I'm just selling all kinds of random stuff. Everything I put out is specially curated to match my brand and my messaging and the things that I'm trying to relate to my audience and myself. What I want to point out to everybody out there who is not an artist that might think similarly to this person, I want you guys to go on to any Etsy shop and try to make these earrings. I want you to try to make earrings that say this, that look exactly like this. You're not going to be able to do that because I spent days creating these earrings. You can go on to an Etsy shop, yes, and you can get your name there or whatever you want to get, but it's not going to look like this. It's not going to be this kind of earring. It's not going to be produced by me. People are buying my products not only because they look really cool, but also because they're inspired by it and created by and produced by me. I'm creating these things myself. And let me tell you something. I had to find this vendor myself. I didn't make these on Etsy. These are better quality than Etsy. And I also do want to say that you're not going to be able to make it look like this, because I had to fight with the vendors over small details that are all over this word that you guys wouldn't even know unless I told you. You see this little line on the T, the line that goes like this? I had to argue with them for a couple days over them making the T exactly this little part on the T. This little stick on the T was too small. It was like half the size. And I said, no, I need the line on the T to be bigger. They said, we can't do that. I said, I'll pay more. They said, we can't do that. I said, go to the top people and ask whoever you have to ask what I have to do so that you guys can fix that T. That's just one example of one thing that I had to do to create these earrings. There's a bunch of other little tweaks within that I don't need a list because it's just a lot of little tweaks, but you're not going to be able to make it look like that because I customized them. And people think that you can just type anything out on the computer and you could just print it on an earring. That's not how it works. And maybe they might try to tell you that's how it works on the Etsy shop, but I promise you when you try to do it yourself, it's not not going to be like that. It's not easy like that. Yes, you might be able to put worthy on a hoop, but it's not going to look like this. It's not going to look as good. And I know it's not going to look as good because I spent days working on these earrings and you're trying to spend 30 minutes on Etsy. People think that artists, we just pull things out of our ass. And it's not like that. Artists work really, really hard on everything we do. And art is one of the only fields that you don't get credit for how much work you put into what you do. We will work days on a song. We will work days on a product. We will work days on a short film. And people don't even think twice about it. They don't think about the decades we had to put into our craft to be able to produce things like that look this quality. They don't think about the preparation. They don't think about the teamwork. They don't think about the samples. I also made a bunch of different samples before I came up with this final product, okay? This was not the only one I made. I had to go back and forth with the vendors so many times, complaining about so many little things that they didn't want to do, and I had to fight for it. So when people say that they could find these earrings anywhere online, they look like any other earrings, it's just not true. And anybody who wants to think of my product like that, that's fine. I don't want you as one of my collectors. I don't want you. You're not a good fan. You're not a good supporter. You are not for me. You can go take that half-ass energy somewhere else, but I don't want that. I don't deserve that. I know what I'm worth. Nobody's gonna tell me that they could find my art anywhere. That's like people who are comparing AI artists to real artists. Like people out there who are saying like, oh, an AI could do it and then AI will be free. It's like, okay, well then go use the AI art. Go use that soulless application that steals from everybody else and try to make the same sound. Try to give it the same soul. Is it gonna sound good to a lot of people? Yeah, it will. But a lot of people, when they find out that's not a real person singing on the record, they're not gonna like it. Why? Because you can't fake that human connection. You can't fake that artist's story. You can't fake what that artist lived through. You can't fake the soul inside of someone. And it's the same concept as you ordering custom hoops off of somebody on Etsy. Like I said, it's not gonna look as good as my look, I promise you that. And also, the other reason people are buying my worthy hoops is because it came from me. My art is worth what it's worth. And if you don't see the value in that, that's okay. Like I said, I don't want people like that on my platforms. I don't want people like that as a fan. I don't want people like that comparing me to other shops or other artists or other designers. I don't need that energy around me. To all of the artists out there, don't forget to never let somebody talk down on your art. Your art is worth it. Your art is valuable. Your story is valuable. All the work you put in over decades is worth a lot more than you think it is. And remember, people that try to downplay your art, you don't want those people as fans anyway. So I want to let you guys know that my bamboo heart worthy hoops are now available on satorimob.com. These are limited edition and they're gold coated, so they're gonna last a really long time. I appreciate the support. I'm glad to be inspiring you guys, and I just want to tell all the artists out there to keep pushing. Appreciate you guys.